There was an age before history kept records and before education turned into memorized facts. An age when human beings did not hope they were more than flesh and bone. They knew it. They walked through forests, cities, and deserts with an unshakable certainty. I am not a random accident. I am a living expression of something infinite. They didn't come to this through sermons or slogans. They discovered it in their own experience. They could feel their energy stretching beyond the limits of their skin. They noticed how reality seemed to respond to their inner state. How a focused mind could change outcomes. How a quiet heart could calm storms in the outer world. Every breath felt like a handshake, with the same presence that turns galaxies and opens flowers. That knowledge was never meant for a few, but over centuries, it was buried, twisted, and broken apart. It was hunted by those afraid of people who think for themselves, encoded in symbols, myths, and geometry, locked away in temples, monasteries, and secret circles where only the prepared were allowed to enter. Ancient architects carved it into stone. Alchemists disguised it in strange recipes and obscure language to hide it from fanaticism. Mystics carried it in their hearts and passed it quietly from teacher to student, generation after generation. Many who spoke too clearly, too soon, paid the highest price. Mocked, exiled, imprisoned, or killed, because nothing threatens controlling systems more than a human being who remembers their own power. Today we give it names like metaphysics, consciousness studies, energy work. The ancients had a simpler description, the science of spirit, and despite every attempt to erase it, this science survived. It crossed empires that thought they would last forever. It moved through wars, fires, and long stretches of cultural darkness. Sometimes it hid in religious traditions, sometimes in philosophy, sometimes in art and poetry. It never fully disappeared. It simply waited for a time when enough people would be tired of living on autopilot. Waited for a generation, your generation, willing to ask deeper questions. Who am I beyond my name and my job? Why do I keep repeating the same patterns? Is there more to life than survival and routine? If you are reading this, it is not random. People do not stumble into these ideas by accident. Somewhere inside you, long before your rational mind understood any of this, something older recognized a signal and whispered, "This is for me." Maybe it showed up as curiosity. Maybe it came as dissatisfaction with a life that looks fine on paper, but feels empty. Maybe it appeared during a crisis that cracked open your comfortable world. Whatever path brought you here, that inner signal is the same. It is your deeper self saying, "I'm ready to wake up." This is not a book of nice quotes to highlight and forget. It is a training manual. You will find 10 core principles, 10 keys. They are not new theories and not intellectual games. They are practical tools, as old as the first sparks of human awareness, meant to reawaken your original capacity to create reality from your consciousness, shift your energy and thus your experiences, direct your life instead of drifting through it. Mystics, sages, and initiates across cultures all worked with these same principles. Egyptians hinted at them in temple designs. Hermetic teachers turned them into laws. Indigenous elders lived them in daily ritual. For centuries, to access this knowledge, you needed to be initiated into closed circles and sworn to secrecy. But the world is changing. We're living in a time of quiet but massive inner revolution. Old systems are cracking. People all over the planet feel a pull towards something more authentic, more honest, more awake. The veil is lifting. Not through drama and fireworks, but through millions of individual decisions to ask, what if I'm more powerful than I was taught? What if my life is my responsibility? If these words find you now, take it as a sign. Not that you must believe everything you read, but that you are ready to test it, to experience it. You are not here to be a fan of spiritual ideas. You are here to practice, not to escape life, but to transform how you live it. From this page on, think of yourself as crossing a threshold. On one side, the old identity. Reactive, conditioned, convinced that life just happens. On the other, the emerging creator who understands that every thought, emotion, and choice is a brushstroke on the canvas of your destiny. The truth you're looking for is not locked in this book. It is not locked in any teacher, ritual, or technique. It has always lived in you. This book is just a mirror that helps you see it more clearly, and tools to help you embody it more fully. The moment you take responsibility for what you think, feel, and choose, you stop being a sleepwalker and start becoming something else, a conscious co-creator of your reality. The chapters that follow will challenge you, encourage you, and sometimes confront you. That is good. Growth is rarely comfortable, but comfort was never the goal. Freedom is. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Creative Mind. All reality begins in mind. Long before anyone built telescopes or particle accelerators, those who studied the inner world discovered a radical truth. Everything you call reality begins as a thought, not as a poetic idea, but as a law. Before any stars appeared in the sky, before any planet formed, before time meant anything at all, there was awareness. An infinite field of intelligence, like a boundless ocean of pure potential. You could call it Source, God, the universal mind, or simply consciousness. Names don't matter. What matters is this: that same creative mind expresses itself through you. When you were born, the world seemed solid and external. You learned that the mountain is out there, the sky is out there, opportunities, love, money, and safety are out there. You were trained to see yourself as a small character, placed into a big, fixed universe. God or fate was high above. You were down below. Power was distant. You were told to adjust, to submit, to make the best of what life gives you. That training was upside down. The ancient initiates understood. The universe is mental in nature. What you see out there is the echo of what exists in here. Your thoughts, beliefs, and emotional patterns act like a projector. Life, people, and events are the screen. We spend so much time trying to change the screen, arguing, pushing, manipulating, when the real power lies in transforming the projector, your life as a mental blueprint. Think about architecture. Before a building exists, there is a blueprint. Before the blueprint, there's an idea in someone's mind. If the architect changes the idea, the building changes. No one would try to alter the building by shouting at the bricks. Yet that's how most people live, yelling at the bricks of their circumstances, instead of altering the mental blueprint that created them. Every day, moment by moment, you generate blueprints through the stories you repeat about yourself, the expectations you secretly hold, the feelings you nurture when no one is watching. Over time, these inner patterns solidify into outer experiences. You attract situations that match your self-image. You notice and amplify what resonates with your beliefs. You unconsciously sabotage anything that contradicts your deepest assumptions. This doesn't mean you consciously chose every painful event. It means your consciousness is always involved, often in ways nobody taught you to see. Science catching up with spirit. Modern physics tried to find solid, separate things at the bottom of reality. Instead, scientists found probabilities, energy fields, and something shocking: The act of observation changes what is observed. At the microscopic level, particles behave differently when watched. Reality doesn't fully decide what form to take until consciousness enters the equation. This is not a spiritual slogan. It's one of the strangest and most repeated findings in quantum experiments. Ancient mystics didn't have lab equipment, but they observed the same principle inwardly. Mind and matter are inseparable. You are not a powerless spectator in a finished universe. You are a creative participant in a living, responsive field. Everyday proof. How you already create. You've experienced this, even if you didn't have words for it. On days when you wake up bitter and angry, little annoyances multiply. Traffic jams, rude comments, bad luck. When you show up confident and open, chances are higher that helpful people, solutions, and synchronicities appear. Think about interviews where you knew you were the right person, and everything flowed. Now remember times you felt like an imposter, and how the opportunity slipped away. This isn't superstition, it's resonance. Life mirrors the tone you're broadcasting. Your mind is not confined to your brain. It operates like a field of energy, extending beyond your body and interacting with the environment. Thoughts are not just private things in your head. They are subtle signals, constantly influencing and being influenced. Imagine your inner world as a garden. Thoughts are seeds. Emotion is the water and sunlight that make them grow. Attention is the gardener's hand that decides what to nurture and what to pull out. Plant the seed of "I always mess things up." Water it with shame or fear, and it eventually grows into experiences that appear to prove it true. Plant "I am learning, growing, and supported." Water it with gratitude and patience, and you begin to see openings and allies where before there was only limitation. The law is simple. What you cultivate inwardly, you will eventually meet outwardly. Practice. Training the creative mind. This is not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about reclaiming your role as architect. Exercise 1. The Thought Audit. 5. 10 minutes daily. For 1 week, once a day. Sit quietly and write down the main thoughts that dominate your mind about money, relationships, health, your future. Next to each thought, label it E. Empowering, C. N. Neutral, D. Draining. Choose one draining thought and ask, if this thought were a seed, what kind of life would it grow? Do I want that? Replace it with a realistic, empowering alternative, not fake positivity. Just a truer, more helpful version. Example, old. Nothing ever works out for me. New. Things have been hard, but I'm learning to create better outcomes. Repeat the new thought several times and feel what starts to shift inside. Exercise 2. Morning mental rehearsal. 3. 7 minutes. Before checking your phone or talking to anyone, close your eyes. Imagine your day going well. Not perfectly, but powerfully. See yourself handling challenges with calm and clarity. Feel the emotions of confidence, gratitude, and self-respect as if the day has already gone that way. You're not asking the universe to do it for you. You're setting the mental blueprint and emotional tone that your actions will follow. Exercise 3. Reverse engineering your reality. Choose one area of your life that frustrates you. Describe what's happening in one paragraph. Then ask, if this situation were a mirror, what beliefs or expectations might it be reflecting? Write honestly, without judgment. You're not blaming yourself. You're discovering where your creative power is hiding. Why this matters. Great teachers throughout history didn't try to fix the world by force. They worked first on their inner state. They knew life doesn't reflect your wishes. It reflects your deepest vibration and beliefs. When you carry a story of scarcity, you walk past opportunities. When you embody a story of worthiness, you see doors that were invisible before. This chapter is not asking you to blame yourself for everything that's happened. It is inviting you to upgrade how you participate in what happens next. Pause for a moment and look at your life as if it were a book. Every chapter so far has been shaped by the meanings you gave to past events, the thoughts you repeated until they became beliefs, the beliefs that quietly guided your choices. You may not have chosen the opening scene of your story. Where you were born, what your family was like, what happened to you as a child. But from this page forward, you are being handed something powerful, the author's pen. You can keep writing the same chapter. Same fears, same excuses, same patterns. Or you can recognize that your mind is not just a place where life happens to you. It is a creative engine that shapes how life unfolds. This realization is not meant to guilt you. It is meant to wake you up. Every time you think, "There's nothing I can do," you give away the pen. Every time you ask, "What is this trying to show me, and how can I respond differently?" you take it back. The core message of this chapter is simple and demanding. Your mind is not a prison. It is a portal. No one else can walk through it for you. No teacher, no book, no system can do the inner work in your place. You are responsible for what you allow to grow in the garden of your consciousness. That is not a burden. It is your doorway to freedom. As you move on, ask yourself honestly, what story about myself am I finally willing to let go of? What new story am I ready to write? Starting today, the world you see will transform as you do. And the first transformation is this: from passive character to conscious creator. You are ready for that step. Turn the page as the author of your life, not just a reader of it. Chapter 2. Vibration, the frequency language of the universe. If you could switch off your physical eyes and see with your inner senses, you would discover a startling truth. Nothing is truly still. What appears solid? Your desk, your body, a mountain, is actually a complex dance of energy, vibrating so quickly that it looks frozen. Everything moves, everything pulses, everything hums with a unique frequency. This is the second great key. All is vibration. You are swimming in an invisible ocean of energy right now. Every thought, emotion, and an action sends ripples through that ocean. Those ripples interact with countless others and eventually circle back to you as experiences. To the ancient initiates, this wasn't theory. It was daily practice. The world as a symphony. Imagine standing in the middle of a huge orchestra. You may see violins, drums, pianos, flutes. But underneath, what's really happening? Vibrations of strings, skins, air, different frequencies combine to create harmony or chaos. Life works the same way. A conversation is not just words, but vibrations of intention and emotion. A home is not just furniture, but a field of accumulated energy. A person is not just a body, but a walking frequency transmitter and receiver. In sacred temples, monks, priests, and healers used sound as a technology. They learned how certain tones could calm the mind, steady the heart, or shift awareness into deeper states. They understood that words, especially repeated with intention, retune the vibration of the person speaking them. Today you can experience this in more familiar scenes. A stadium erupting during a game, the vibration of thousands of emotional hearts amplifying into a roar you can feel in your bones. A gospel choir in full voice, the sound lifting people into tears, joy, or courage, even if they don't understand every word. A favorite song that changes your mood in seconds, your frequency aligning with the music. None of this is random. It is vibration at work. Your body as an instrument. Your body is not just a vehicle. It is a finely tuned instrument. Your heart beats with a rhythm. Your nervous system carries electrical signals. Each cell communicates with others in subtle waves. When you are relaxed, grateful, and aligned, your inner music is smooth and coherent. Your energy field expands. Your breathing slows. Your decisions come from clarity instead of panic. When fear, resentment, or chronic stress dominate, the inner music becomes chaotic. Your muscles tighten. Your thoughts speed up and loop. Sleep becomes restless. Over time, this distorted vibration can translate into illness, not as moral punishment, but as a signal. Something in your inner symphony needs tuning. Before many physical issues appear in the body, they show up as heaviness, numbness, or disconnection in your energy. The body is honest. It cannot hide what the heart refuses to face. Emotion. The vibration you speak with emotion is more than a feeling. It is energy in motion. Joy expands your chest, lightens your steps, brightens your eyes. Shame collapses your posture and drains your strength. Anger ignites heat and tension. Walk into a room where two people just had a fight. The air feels thick, even if they force a smile. Step into a space filled with genuine laughter. You relax before you know why. This is not imagination. This is vibrational communication. The universe responds not to your words, but to your frequency. You can say, "I'm fine," 100 times, but if you vibrate fear and resentment, your experiences will align with those deeper signals. In the same way, you can quietly hold a frequency of love and trust without announcing it, and watch how people and events begin to meet you differently. Healing as retuning, think of illness, anxiety, or persistent problems as out-of-tune notes in your life's song. Traditional wisdom across cultures recognized this and used breath to calm and open the energy channels, movement to release stored tension, silence to hear deeper guidance, sound to repattern the nervous system. They weren't performing rituals just to be religious. They were working directly with vibration. Modern life often ignores this. We try to fix ourselves only on the surface. Changing schedules, drinking more coffee, scrolling more, buying more. But if we never address the underlying vibration, the same patterns keep reappearing. The invitation of this chapter is simple, not easy. Pay more attention to your energy than to your excuses. When your vibration rises, your world rearranges. Practice tuning your frequency. You don't need special tools or exotic trips to work with vibration. You can start where you are, right now. Exercise 1. The 3-breath reset, 60, 90 seconds. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, anxious, or reactive, pause. Put one hand on your chest. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold for a count of 4. Exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. 8. Repeat 3 times, focusing only on the breath and the feeling of your hand on your chest. Notice how your inner radio station starts to shift, even if only slightly. This is you taking responsibility for your vibration instead of letting circumstances run it. Exercise 2. Gratitude broadcasting, 5 minutes. Once a day, choose 3 things you genuinely appreciate. Something about your body, something about your life right now, something about your future, even if it's not here yet. For each one, speak it out loud. I'm grateful for. Close your eyes and feel the gratitude in your chest, as if it were a warm light expanding with each breath. Imagine that light spreading out from your body like a signal. You are not begging the universe. You are tuning yourself to the frequency of abundance and sufficiency. It becomes harder to vibrate scarcity when your heart is full of real appreciation. Exercise 3. Sound as medicine, 10 minutes. You don't need to sing well. This is not a performance. It is energetic hygiene. Sit comfortably. Choose a simple sound like ah, or On each exhale, hum or chant that sound gently. Place your attention on the vibration in your chest, throat, or head. Do this for 5-10 minutes. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the vibration. Many people notice tension melting, thoughts slowing, and a sense of inner spaciousness emerging. You are literally using vibration to retune your nervous system, becoming conscious of what you radiate. It's easy to blame the world. People are always negative. Nothing goes my way. The energy everywhere is bad. But the uncomfortable question that wakes you up is, what energy am I bringing into each space, each relationship, each day? You cannot control everyone else's vibration. You can absolutely learn to master your own. And when you do, something remarkable happens. Draining relationships fall away or transform. Aligned opportunities begin to appear. You feel less like a victim of the mood of the day and more like a tuning fork that sets its own tone. Take a moment and imagine your life not as a list of events, but as a song that has been playing since the moment you were born. Some parts of that song are peaceful, some are wild, some are heavy or dissonant. But through it all, one thing has always been true. You have been radiating a frequency into the world. Most of the time, you didn't know it. You thought you were just reacting, but reaction is also vibration. Every complaint, every act of kindness, every silent grudge, every genuine thank you. Each one has been a note in your personal symphony. The central message of this chapter is both humbling and empowering. You are not separate from the energy around you. You are participating in it. This realization calls you out of spiritual fantasy and into mature responsibility. It invites you to ask, with radical honesty, what am I choosing to broadcast every day through my thoughts and emotions? If my vibration is a message, what is it telling the universe? You can no longer pretend that your inner state is no big deal. You can no longer hide behind, that's just how I am. Because how you are is how you vibrate, and how you vibrate shapes what you experience. This is not about becoming perfect, or never feeling anger or sadness again. It's about owning your power to shift, even a little, instead of surrendering to your lowest states as if they were destiny. You are a note in the cosmic song. Unique, unrepeatable, necessary. When you tune yourself toward clarity, compassion, courage, and gratitude, you don't just change your own life, you subtly change the field for everyone around you. As you move forward, remember, every breath is a chance to reset your frequency. Every moment of gratitude is a retuning. Every choice to respond instead of react is a step toward mastery. No one else can choose your vibration. That belongs to you alone. Own it, shape it, elevate it. Because the quality of your life is not written only in circumstances. It is written, note by note, in the vibration you choose to carry through this world. And starting now, you know that choice is in your hands. Chapter 3. Correspondence as above, so below. The world as your echo. Long before we had satellites, neuroscience, or psychology textbooks, people noticed something strange about life. Two different people could walk through the same city, live under the same sky, encounter the same events. And yet one felt blessed, the other cursed. One saw opportunity, the other saw only obstacles. The ancients summarized this mystery in a single sentence. As above, so below. As within, so without. They weren't trying to sound poetic. They were pointing to a law. Your inner world and your outer world are not separate stories. They are two sides of the same page. The universe as a set of connected screens. Imagine you're looking at your phone. You see icons, videos, messages. If something glitches on the screen, you can poke it, curse at it, restart the app. But if the problem is in the operating system, nothing truly changes until you fix the software. Your life works the same way. The screen is your external world, circumstances, people, events. The operating system is your inner world, beliefs, emotions, expectations, and unconscious patterns. When your OS is full of fear, scarcity, and self-doubt, your life reflects that. Not because the universe hates you, but because reality is wired to respond to what you hold most consistently inside. Your outer experience is not random. It's a live feed of your inner vibration. You don't need to believe in mysticism to see this. If you walk into a room convinced that everyone dislikes you, your body language will shift. You'll avoid eye contact, speak less, misinterpret neutral faces as rejection. Within minutes, the room will prove you right. Not because it was true from the start, but because your inner world set the tone. Lasi. From temples to modern life, one law, many forms. Mystery schools of Egypt, Greece, and later Hermetic traditions all taught that the visible universe is a denser expression of an invisible reality. They used symbols, myths, and rituals to describe this. Today we use different language, mindset, subconscious programs, cognitive filters, energy, frequency. But the principle hasn't changed. The seen arises from the unseen. The material is shaped by the mental and emotional. Outside is a projection surface for inside. Plato spoke of a hidden realm of pure forms from which this world is only an echo. Psychologists today talk about projection, confirmation bias, and self-fulfilling prophecy. Quantum physics observes that the observer influences what is observed. Different disciplines, same pattern. Your life is not happening to you. It is happening through you. Life as a mirror, not a judge. The universe is not a parent with favorites, handing out rewards and punishments. It behaves more like a perfect mirror. It doesn't decide what you deserve. It doesn't hold grudges or take sides. It reflects what you consistently carry in your consciousness. If your dominant inner state is fear, your mirror will show you reasons to be afraid. If your dominant inner state is gratitude, your mirror will reveal doors you never noticed before. Same world, different reflection. Think of a fitness tracker. It doesn't hate you if you're inactive. It simply shows you the data. The mirror of life works the same way. Your relationships, your finances, your health patterns, your recurring challenges. They are not verdicts. They are information about what's playing inside the projector. People as mirrors, the relationships that trigger you. Every person you meet offers you a reflection. The ones who inspire you show you your own unrealized potential. The ones who irritate you reveal unhealed wounds, unowned traits, or boundaries you haven't learned to set. The ones who love you remind you of your worth even when you've forgotten it. The coworker who constantly criticizes you may be mirroring your own brutal inner critic. The friend you admire for their courage may be showing you the bravery that already lives in you, waiting to be claimed. This doesn't mean other people are right or wrong. It means they're teachers. Life uses them as mirrors because you cannot see your own face without a reflection. The inner alchemy of correspondence alchemists were never just trying to change metals. The real laboratory was the human heart and mind. Lead symbolized dense, heavy states, shame, fear, confusion, self-hatred. Gold represented clarity, compassion, wisdom, and inner power. The law of correspondence was their method. Change the inner state, the outer form eventually reorganizes. Heal the belief. The pattern in your life begins to shift. Elevate your vibration. The random events around you start to line up in new ways. Every recurring challenge is a message. The partner who always feels emotionally unavailable may reflect your own fear of true intimacy. The money struggle that repeats may mirror a deep belief that you're not allowed to thrive. The conflict that keeps returning may show you where you haven't yet learned to speak your truth. Life is not attacking you. It is insisting that you look where you'd rather not look. Practical exercises. Working with the mirror exercise. 1. The 3 mirrors. Choose 3 people who trigger you most right now. Frustration, jealousy, hurt, anger. For each person, ask, what about them bothers me the most? Where do I do something similar? Even if only in thought or in subtle ways. What is this person forcing me to see about myself or my boundaries? Write your answers without judgment. You're not blaming yourself. You're learning from your mirror. Exercise 2. The pattern detective. Pick one area of life where you keep seeing the same result. Money, love, health, career. List at least 3 events from the past where a similar outcome appeared. Underneath each event, write, what was I believing about myself at that time? What emotion was most present in me? Look for the common inner denominator. That is the cause your mirror has been faithfully reflecting. Exercise 3. The 24-hour mirror challenge for 1 full day. Treat everything that happens. A delay, a compliment, a conflict, a coincidence. As a message. Ask, if this moment were a mirror, what might it be showing about my state of mind or my beliefs? At night, journal. What did I notice about my inner state today? How did my inner state seem to shape my experience? You're training yourself to read reality as feedback instead of fate. The law of correspondence is not a slogan for posters. It's a doorway to radical responsibility. Once you truly see that as within, so without is not just poetry but structure. Everything changes. You no longer waste your life trying to rearrange the mirror while refusing to touch your own face. Later, you stop praying for the reflection to change while clinging to the same wounds, the same story, the same beliefs about who you are. This chapter is your invitation to wake up to the fact that your inner world is not a private playground. It is a creative engine. And to the reality that your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are not harmless. They are blueprints. To the truth that you are not stuck with your reflection. You are shaping it every single day. You can keep blaming your parents, your country, your job, your ex, the economy, the government, or bad luck. That path is always available. But every time you choose blame, you hand your power to something outside you. Or, starting now, you can decide to read your life as a message from your deeper self. You can choose to see every pattern as a teacher, every trigger as a mirror, every obstacle as a signal. Something inside me is ready to be healed. No one can do that inner work for you. No one can step into your mind and rearrange your beliefs. No one can feel your feelings in your place. This is your responsibility. And your freedom. The world is not your enemy. It's your echo. When you change the sound you send into it, the echo changes. When you change the story you hold, the chapter you live in shifts. So ask yourself, honestly and courageously, if my life is my reflection, what is it trying to show me right now? And what am I finally ready to change within? Your answer to that question is where a new destiny begins. Chapter 4. Cause and effect. The power of intention. You are not the result. You are the reason. Humanity has always told 2 stories about life. One story says, things just happen. Some people are lucky, some aren't. Some are born into wealth, others into struggle. It's chaos dressed up as destiny. You get what you get, and your job is simply to endure it. The other story, whispered in temples, mystery schools, and now in living rooms and coaching sessions, says something very different. Nothing in your life is random. There is always a cause, and at the deepest level, that cause begins in you. This chapter is about reclaiming that truth, not as a concept to admire, but as a way of living. You are not merely the effect of circumstances. You are a living cause in motion. Intention, the steering wheel of your reality. If desire is wanting something, intention is deciding who you will be as you move toward it. Desire says, I hope. Intention says, I choose. Imagine driving a car with your hands off the wheel, hoping the road will curve exactly where you want to go. That's how most people live. They desire peace, abundance, or love, but their thoughts and emotions are turned in a completely different direction. They say, I want financial freedom, while constantly repeating, money is hard. People like me never get ahead. They say, I want a healthy relationship, while walking into every new connection expecting betrayal. They say, I want to feel confident, while rehearsing every past failure on repeat. Intention is not a wish. It is a quiet internal decision that aligns thought, what you say to yourself, emotion, what you feel and nourish, focus, where you consistently place your attention, action, what you actually do, not just what you fantasize about. When these four point in the same direction, you become a cause that reality must eventually respond to. The field that never forgets. Think of life as a responsive field. Like a huge, fertile landscape, every thought, feeling, and choice you repeat is a seed you plant there. Some seeds sprout quickly. A harsh word creates an immediate conflict. Others take time. Years of self-neglect eventually show up in health, relationships, or burnout. But the field is consistent. It doesn't play favorites. It doesn't misread the label. What you plant, you will meet again. This is not about guilt. It's about clarity. When you understand that, chronic resentment eventually becomes chronic conflict. Sustained gratitude eventually becomes sustained opportunity. Ongoing self-sabotage eventually becomes bad luck. You stop being surprised by your harvest. You start paying attention to your seeds. Why coincidence is often just a name. We give to invisible causes. We often say, that just happened out of nowhere. But if you look closer, you see the invisible trail. The sudden burnout was months of ignoring your limits. The unexpected breakup was years of avoiding honest conversations. The miraculous opportunity was built on 100 times you showed up when it didn't seem to matter. Cause and effect is not always linear or obvious. Some causes are emotional, some mental, some energetic, some behavioral, but there is always a link. When you tell yourself, life just happens to me, you erase that link and make yourself powerless. When you choose to look for the causes you are generating, even when they're uncomfortable to see, you reclaim your freedom to create something new. The frequency the universe responds to you can say anything with your mouth, but the universe responds to what you hold in your being. You can affirm abundance while secretly believing you're not worthy. You can declare you want love while being terrified of being seen. You can talk about peace while feeding conflict in your inner world. Your dominant state is the real signal. The law of cause and effect listens to that signal. That's why people sometimes repeat affirmations and see no change. Their words are new, but their frequency is old. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be happy 24/7. You simply need honesty. What state do I return to most often? That state is what you're broadcasting as cause. How the initiates used intention. In ancient teachings, true magic was not about bending spoons or breaking the laws of physics. It was about aligning your inner state so precisely that external events gradually rearranged themselves around that coherence. They didn't say, "Let me manipulate the world." They said, "Let me master myself." Before speaking, they asked, "From what intention is this speech arising?" Before acting, they asked, "Is this fueled by fear or by love?" Before deciding, they asked, "Does this choice match the future I say I want?" They knew that every thought and action was not just a moment, it was a cause. Over time, those causes carved a destiny. You don't need a temple to practice this. You need willingness, a pause, a question, a decision, practical exercises. Becoming conscious cause. Exercise. 1. The intention check-in for 1 week. Set 3 alarms on your phone, morning, midday, evening. When each alarm rings, pause and ask, what am I intending right now with my state? Am I intending to complain or to learn? Am I intending to shut down or to stay open? Does my current state match the life I say I want? If not, consciously choose a new intention for the next hour. Presence, courage, honesty, kindness, focus. Act from that. Exercise. 2. The cause audit. Choose one area of life you're unhappy with. On paper, write, current effect. Describe what's happening now. Likely causes I'm generating. What beliefs do I hold here? What emotions do I feed? What actions or inactions keep this alive? Then, for each cause, write a new one you can create. Old cause. I avoid uncomfortable conversations. New cause. I have one honest, vulnerable conversation each week. Repeat this for beliefs, emotions, and actions. You're designing new causes on purpose. Exercise 3. One powerful intention. Tonight, choose one clear intention for the next 30 days in a specific area: health, relationship, money, creativity, spirituality. Make it a state, not just a result. Not, I will make $10,000. Instead, I live, think, and act like someone who trusts money and takes bold, aligned action. Then ask, what would I think if this intention were already true? What emotions would I allow more often? What small actions would naturally follow? Commit to showing up each day as someone who already holds that intention. Let your thoughts, emotions, and choices reflect it. Here is the turning point. You can keep living like a result. Or you can wake up as a reason. When you decide that you are cause, excuses lose their shine. Blame loses its power. Waiting for the right moment becomes obviously expensive. You stop outsourcing your life to the next partner, the next leader, the next paycheck, the next stroke of luck. This is not about shaming yourself for the past. It's about recognizing something fierce and beautiful you have been creating all along. Mostly unconsciously. Now you are invited to create consciously. Every thought you indulge, every belief you protect, every emotion you rehearse, every action you repeat. These are not just how you are. These are engines. They are causes. They are writing your next chapter. The law of cause and effect is not here to scare you. It is here to empower you. It says, you are never truly stuck because you can always create a new cause. You are never truly doomed because your present vibration is not your life sentence. You are never truly powerless because the most important field you influence is the one inside your own skin. The day you stop saying, why is this happening to me? And start asking, What causes in me are aligning with this? And what new causes can I now choose? Is the day your life pivots. That pivot is available right now. You don't need perfect clarity to begin. You don't need more proof. You don't need permission. You need one decision. I will no longer live as a passive effect. I will live as conscious cause. Write it down. Say it out loud. Then back it with action, with intention, with repeated choice. Not once, not twice. Again and again, until your life has no option but to reflect the new you. You are not effect. You never were. You are the spark that starts the fire, the hand on the wheel, the author holding the pen. Your future is not waiting to be discovered. It is waiting to be created. By you, starting now. Chapter 5. Polarity, the magic of opposites. From inner war to inner balance, the universe breathes in opposites, day and night. Inhale and exhale, tide in, tide out. Heartbeat, contraction, expansion. None of these are mistakes. They are rhythms, and you were born into this rhythm. You too are a living dance of opposites, confidence and doubt, joy and sorrow, strength and vulnerability, action and rest. The problem is not that these opposites exist. The problem is that we've been taught to fear one half of the dance, the myth of all light, no shadow. Modern culture sells us a fantasy, permanent positivity, endless success, happiness without grief, growth without discomfort. In that fantasy, anger is bad, sadness is failure, fear is weakness, darkness is danger. So we push away our pain, hide our confusion, numb our loneliness, and perform I'm fine while parts of us are quietly collapsing inside. We try to live at one pole, the good one, and pretend the other side doesn't exist. But polarity is not a moral problem. It is a structural fact. You cannot have courage without the existence of fear, compassion without the awareness of suffering, wisdom without having walked through confusion, true joy without having tasted sadness. Light is meaningful because darkness exists. Shadow is powerful because light exists. They define each other. The scale, not the battle. Imagine your emotional life as a dimmer switch, not an on-off button. On one side of the scale, deep fear. On the other side, deep trust. In between are countless shades: doubt, curiosity, openness, cautious optimism. All of them belong to the same spectrum. The Hermetic teaching on polarity says, the extremes are different degrees of the same thing. We don't need to kill one pole. We can move along the scale. Hate and love, for example, are not from two different universes. They both live on the scale of connection. Hate is distorted, fearful connection. Love is open, secure connection. You can shift your place on the scale as your consciousness grows. Instead of asking, how do I destroy this part of me? Ask, how do I raise this energy to a higher expression? Fear becomes awareness and vigilance. Anger becomes boundary, clarity, and passion. Envy becomes inspiration and a wake-up call to your own desires. Grief becomes depth, compassion, and gratitude for what mattered. Nothing is wasted if you're willing to work with it. The dark room of transformation. Think about a seed. When it's placed into the ground, it does not bloom immediately. First, it enters darkness. It breaks open. It dissolves as what it was so it can become what it is meant to be. The same is true for the caterpillar in the chrysalis. It doesn't simply grow wings and walk out. It turns to liquid. The total rearrangement, total unknown. Your life has these chrysalis moments. The breakup that shattered your identity. The job loss that stripped away your sense of security. The illness that forced you to confront what truly matters. The nights where you felt lost. confused, and alone. These seasons can feel like failure, like punishment, like the universe forgot you. But from the lens of polarity, they are necessary phases in the cycle. Old structures break so new structures can form. Old beliefs die so deeper truths can rise. Old versions of you release so a more authentic you can emerge. Darkness is not the opposite of growth. It is part of the growth process. The middle point, where power lives, if you swing wildly from one extreme to the other. Hyperactive, then crashed. Overly attached, then totally numb. All in, then vanished. Life feels like a roller coaster you're not controlling. The secret is not to live at one pole. The secret is to discover the center point within you, the place that can feel sadness without collapsing, the place that can feel joy without clinging, the place that can see its anger without attacking, the place that can sit in fear without abandoning itself. This center is not cold or detached. It is quietly powerful. It knows, I am not just my emotion. I am the awareness that can hold it. From this center, you can let the waves of experience rise and fall without drowning in them. You stop identifying as the storm and begin to recognize yourself as the sky, turning inner conflict into inner balance. We suffer most when we fight our own polarity. We want to be strong but refuse to honor our need for rest. We want intimacy but are terrified of vulnerability. We want success but secretly believe we're undeserving. Inside, two poles pull in opposite directions. One voice says, go. The other says, run. One says, show up. The other says, hide. Healing is not choosing one voice and killing the other. Healing is listening to both, understanding the need behind each, and integrating them into a wiser choice. For example, your drive for success wants impact, contribution, growth. Your fear of visibility wants safety, protection, and self-respect. Your balanced choice might be move forward, but with boundaries, pacing, and self-care. Neither pole wins. Both are heard and included. Practical exercises. Working with polarity versus one. Mapping your opposites. Pick one area of life where you feel torn: career, relationship, creativity, money, health. On the left side of a page, write one pole, e.g., need for security. On the right, write its apparent opposite, desire for freedom. Under each pole, answer, what is this side trying to protect or give me? At the bottom of the page, write, how could both needs be honored together in one wise decision or plan? You're not choosing one and rejecting the other. You're becoming the mediator. Exercise 2. Rewriting the story of darkness. Choose one difficult season from your past, a loss, failure, heartbreak, or crisis. First, let yourself feel it again for a moment. Acknowledge how hard it was. Then write the answers to, what did this experience force me to learn that comfort never would have taught me? What capacities did it awaken in me? Resilience, compassion, courage, humility, clarity. How is my life richer, wiser, or more truthful because of that dark season? You're not saying that pain was good. You're recognizing that it held a gift inside its shadow. Exercise 3. The centering practice. When you feel overwhelmed by any strong emotion, sit down, place a hand on your chest, breathe slowly, say to yourself, there is a part of me that feels this, and there is a part of me that can hold what I feel. Notice the sensation in your body. Name it: tightness, heat, pressure, etc. Ask, what is this emotion trying to protect or ask for? Then ask, what would my wiser, centered self choose right now? Practice this over and over. You are training your nervous system to return to the midpoint instead of living at the extremes. Polarity is not the enemy. It is the teacher that has been with you from your first breath. When you see only one pole as acceptable, you wage war against half of your own humanity. You reject your tears, your doubts, your anger, your fear. And in doing so, you reject the doorways those emotions offer. This chapter is your wake-up call to a deeper maturity, to stop trying to live a one-sided life in a two-sided universe, to stop judging your dark seasons as proof that you are broken, cursed, or left behind, to stop chasing constant highs while refusing the very processes that make your soul real. Balance doesn't mean you never feel intense emotions again. It means you stop being afraid of them. You recognize the same fire that once burned you can, when understood, become the light that guides you. You are not meant to be a victim of your poles. Elated one day, destroyed the next. You are meant to become the conscious space that holds both. The observer, the integrator, the one who can say, yes, I feel fear, and I still choose courage. Yes, I feel grief, and I still choose to stay open to love. Yes, I have a shadow, and I am willing to meet it, not run from it. No one else can do this inner balancing act for you. Therapists, mentors, and friends can support you, but the moment of choice, to face your night and trust your dawn, is always yours. So ask yourself, which pole have I been rejecting or demonizing in my life? What part of me is asking to be included, understood, and transformed instead of exiled? When you begin to honor both your light and your shadow, you reclaim pieces of your power that have been scattered for years. Life stops feeling like random punishment and starts revealing itself as a precise, loving training in wholeness. You are not here to master one pole and destroy the other. You are here to master yourself in the presence of both. And when you do that, when you become the keeper of your own balance, nothing outside you can own you anymore. You move with the tides without being dragged by them. You walk through night knowing that morning is built into the fabric of existence. You stop asking life, why are you doing this to me? And start saying, I see what you're showing me. I'm listening. I'm learning. I'm growing. That is the magic of opposites. That is the doorway from conflict to balance. And that doorway is open to you right now. Chapter 6. Rhythm, the universe's meter. Cycles, tides, and sacred timing. Before humans learned to name the constellations or count the years, the universe was already moving to a quiet beat. Nothing in existence stays still. Your heart pulses, your lungs expand and contract. The moon waxes and wanes, economies rise and fall. Friendships grow close and drift apart. Beneath all of it runs one simple truth. Life doesn't move in straight lines. Life moves in waves. If you zoom out far enough, everything you call random starts to look like pattern. There is a coming and a going, a rise and a fall, a beginning, a middle, a pause, and a beginning again. This is not superstition. It is structure. It is the law of rhythm. Life is not a highway. It's a tide. Our culture loves the idea of constant up and to the right growth. More money, more followers, more productivity, more hustle. We imagine life as a highway, one direction, full speed. But nature refuses to play that game. The ocean doesn't only rush in, it also pulls back. Trees don't only bloom, they also lose their leaves. Your body doesn't only act, it also rests, repairs, and resets while you sleep. You are part of that same design. When you demand eternal summer from yourself, non-stop output, non-stop clarity, non-stop positivity, You are arguing with the deepest laws of existence, and every time you argue with reality, you lose energy and peace. Burnout is what happens when you demand a harvest in every season. Your inner seasons. Look honestly at your own journey. There are days when ideas pour through you, when energy is high, when conversations flow easily. That's your inner spring and summer. There are days when you feel slower, quieter, drawn inward, less social. That's your inner fall and winter. There are periods when everything in your life seems to open. New relationships, opportunities, insights. There are periods when doors close, projects end, people leave, and you're pushed into reflection or reinvention. We often label these slower phases as failure, stagnation, or being stuck. But what if they are not mistakes? What if they are the underground part of growth? Roots thickening, foundations deepening, old beliefs breaking apart so new ones have space to grow. A seed doesn't look like it's progressing when it's in the dark soil, but that darkness is the only way it becomes a tree, when you ignore your rhythm. Think of an elite athlete. They don't train at maximum intensity every day of the year. Their schedule is built with seasonality, off-season, pre-season, competition, recovery. If they ignore that rhythm and push hard non-stop, their body breaks. Your emotional and spiritual life works the same way. If you demand high performance from yourself in a season that calls for healing, your body will speak up through fatigue, anxiety, or illness. If you force action when your deeper self is asking for reflection, confusion will multiply. If you stay in permanent rest when your inner season is ready for bold moves, you'll feel restless, frustrated, and bored with yourself. You are not behind. You are either aligned with your current season or fighting it. Sacred timing and intuition rhythm is not just about highs and lows. It's also about timing. Some conversations only work when both people have grown enough to actually hear each other. Some opportunities could crush you if they came too early, before your character and skills were ready. Some endings only happen once you've quietly outgrown a version of yourself, even if your mind is still clinging. Intuition is the inner sense that feels this timing before logic understands it. It's the subtle nudge that says, "Not yet. Let this breathe. Now, stop waiting." This season is for learning, not launching. This door is closing because something in you is complete. When you ignore that inner rhythm and push from fear or ego, things feel forced. When you listen, actions land with surprising ease, as if reality has already made a space for them, riding the wave instead of fighting it. Learning rhythm doesn't mean you become passive. It means you become wise about when and how you move. In expansion seasons, you say more yeses, take more risks, plant seeds, make bold asks. In contraction seasons, you simplify, declutter, reflect, heal, and deepen your connection to yourself. In transition seasons, you stay curious, open, and willing to let old identities die so new ones can arrive. You stop asking, "How do I force life to give me what I want right now?" and start asking, "What season am I in? And what is the most intelligent way to cooperate with it?" This shift alone can turn years of struggle into a more graceful, honest, and powerful way of living. Exercises. Practicing rhythm. Exercise. 1. Map your current season. Take a blank page and divide it into 4 quadrants: spring, summer, fall, winter, for each area of life: work, relationships, health, inner growth. Ask, work, am I planting, growing, harvesting, or letting something die? Relationships, am I meeting new people, deepening bonds, redefining boundaries, or releasing old connections? Health, am I rebuilding, pushing my limits, maintaining, or recovering. Circle the season that best matches where you actually are, not where you wish you were. Underneath, write, "In this season, my job is to," and finish the sentence honestly for each area. You're teaching your mind to recognize reality instead of fantasy. Exercise. 2. The energy log for the next 14 days. At the end of each day, rate your energy from 1 to 10. Note any patterns. What kind of activities left you energized? What kind drained you? What days felt like high tide? Which felt like low tide? After 2 weeks, look at the data and ask, what rhythm does my body seem to prefer? What small adjustment can I make to respect that rhythm? Our earlier bedtimes, deep work in the morning, more breaks, etc. Exercise. 3. Decision by season. Think about a decision you're facing right now. Job change, move, relationship step, creative project. Ask yourself, if I treat my life as seasonal, what season am I in around this specific decision? If it's spring, what seed-sized action could I take? If it's summer, what full expression is being asked of me? If it's fall, what needs to be harvested or completed? If it's winter, what do I need to release or let rest before deciding anything? Let your answer guide your next step. The law of rhythm is not just a cosmic idea. It's the reason your heart is still beating as you read these words. You can ignore it, outrun it for a while, or fight it. But you cannot escape it. Every time you pretend you should be on all the time, flawless all the time, thriving all the time, you are rejecting the very architecture that holds you. This chapter is an invitation to wake up to a gentler and more powerful truth. You are not broken because you're in a quiet season. You are not failing because things are slower than you want. You are not cursed because doors closed or projects ended. You are in a universe that moves by cycles, and you are part of that choreography. The educational message is simple, but life-changing. Learn to read your own seasons. Study your tides. Respect your internal winters as much as your summers. Make choices that match the moment instead of the fantasy in your head. And most importantly, take responsibility. Stop blaming bad timing for everything and start asking, where have I been ignoring the rhythm inside me? Where have I pushed when I needed to rest or retreated when I needed to step forward? Your life will not become easier because the universe suddenly changes its rules. It becomes easier when you stop fighting those rules and start cooperating with them. When you do, anxiety softens. Forced effort fades. The obsession with controlling every outcome loosens its grip. You begin to move with life instead of against it. The rhythm is already here. The only real question is, will you keep pretending you are separate from it? Or will you finally let it guide the way you live, choose, and grow? The answer to that question is yours alone. And that is where your freedom begins. Chapter 7, Generation. The inner creative power, the union of poles and the birth of realities. From the moment humans first drew on cave walls and told stories around fire, one thing has been true. We are not just observers of life. We are creators inside it. You don't have to be a painter or a musician to be creative. Every decision you make, every belief you hold, every conversation you start is shaping something. You are generating experiences, possibilities, futures, all the time. The ancients gave many names to the force behind this: life force, spirit, breath, fire, essence. Today we talk about motivation, passion, drive, imagination. But at the core, we are pointing to the same thing: a living current inside you that can give birth to something that did not exist before. Two inner energies, blueprint and breath deep within you, live two fundamental energies. We could call them masculine and feminine, but to avoid stereotypes, think of them instead as blueprint energy. Clarity, structure, focus, direction, breath energy. Emotion, receptivity, intuition, movement. Blueprint energy draws the map. It imagines the design of a house, the outline of a book, the plan for a new habit. Breath energy fills that map with life. It cares, feels, believes, and keeps going when things aren't glamorous. Every human being carries both, regardless of gender. When you have ideas but no emotional commitment, your projects stay on paper. When you have passion but no structure, your energy scatters and leads nowhere. When your mind and heart distrust each other, you live in inner conflict, wanting and doubting at the same time. And true generation, the power to give birth to new realities, happens when these two energies cooperate instead of competing. What happens when the poles are split? Look at your own life for a moment. Have you ever dreamed of starting something, a business, a podcast, a relationship, and mapped it out perfectly, but never took a single consistent step? That's blueprint without breath. Have you ever felt intense desire for change, cried about it, talked about it, prayed about it, but never gave your desire a plan? That's breath without blueprint. Have you bounced between overthinking and impulsivity? That's your two inner poles fighting for control. When thought and feeling don't trust each other, your generative power stalls. You either live in the world of fantasy or in the world of mechanical tasks with no soul. You don't need more pressure, you need inner union. The spiral of creation often moves in a spiral, not in a straight line. A simple cycle looks like this. Inspiration. You receive an idea or desire. Imagination. Your mind begins to shape it into images, plans, concepts, emotional bond. Your heart decides, this matters. You start to care. Embodied commitment. Your body follows. You schedule, act, practice, adjust, birth. Over time, something new exists. A book written, a relationship formed, a skill mastered. At each stage, both poles are needed. Blueprint energy sets targets, breaks things into steps, makes decisions. Breath energy brings enthusiasm, courage, resilience, and intuitive guidance. When you learn to feed both, creation becomes less about forcing and more about allowing a natural process to complete itself. The misunderstood power of creative energy. Many traditions talk about sexual or creative energy as something dangerous that must be controlled. In reality, this energy is neutral. It becomes sacred or destructive based on how you use it. The same fire that can burn down a house can also cook a meal and keep a family warm. Creative energy is the fire. It can be wasted in constant distraction, drama, addiction, or shallow stimulation. Or it can be directed into building, learning, healing, and serving. Every time your mind holds an image and your heart charges it with feeling, you're sending creative instructions into the field of your life. Some of that creation is conscious. Much of it is unconscious. If your private stories are full of "I can't," "I'm not enough," "it's too late," your inner poles are generating experiences that match those stories. If your inner stories are "I'm learning," "I'm growing," "I can build this step by step," your creative current flows differently. You are never not generating. The question is, are you generating by habit or by choice? Creation as collaboration. You are a powerful creator. But you are not the ultimate source. Call it God, the universe, the field, the quantum. Whatever language resonates with you, there is a larger intelligence that already knows how to grow a seed into a forest, a zygote into a newborn, a wound into wisdom. Generating from ego says, "I'm doing this alone." It all depends on me. Generating in alignment says, something greater wants to move through me, and I'm willing to cooperate. You cooperate when your mind chooses thoughts that match your deeper values. Your heart chooses feelings that support your future, not just your fears. Your actions line up with that inner alignment consistently. In that state, your life stops feeling like you're pushing a boulder uphill. You become more like a riverbed. You create the channel, and life flows through it. Exercises. Activating your generative power. Exercise. 1. Inner poles inventory. On a page, draw a line down the middle. On the left, write blueprint, mind. On the right, write breath, heart. Under blueprint, list your strengths: planning, discipline, clarity, decision-making, strategy. Then your weaknesses: overthinking, rigidity, procrastination masked as research, etc. Under breath, list your strengths: empathy, passion, intuition, creativity, emotional depth. Then your weaknesses: mood swings, lack of follow-through, avoidance of structure, etc. Ask, which side do I overuse? Which side do I neglect? What is one simple way I can feed the weaker side this week? E.g., create a simple daily schedule or allow 20 minutes a day for undirected creative play. Exercise 2. Mind. Heart alignment script. Choose one project or change you want to create. Write a paragraph beginning with, "My mind wants," and describe the clear, logical reasons this project matters. Then write a second paragraph beginning with, "My heart feels," and describe why you care emotionally, what it means to you. Read both paragraphs out loud slowly. Ask, do my mind and heart agree? If not, where is the conflict? What needs to be adjusted so both can say yes to this? Maybe the timeline is unrealistic, the project isn't aligned with your values, or you need more support. Make those adjustments before pushing forward. By Exercise 3. The 30-day creation container. Pick a small but meaningful creation. A daily writing habit, learning a skill, building a morning routine, launching a simple project. Define the blueprint. What exactly will you do? How long each day? At what time? Ignite the breath. Before each session, place a hand on your heart and ask, why does this matter to me? Who does this help me become? Let yourself feel the answer for 30 seconds. Show up for 30 consecutive days, no matter how uninspired you feel. You are training your two inner poles to work together consistently. The law of generation is not here to flatter you. It's here to wake you up. You are not a spectator in this universe. You are not just reacting to what shows up. You are, in every moment, generating thoughts, emotions, patterns, and outcomes. Some beautiful, some painful, all instructive. The core lesson is educational and direct. You generate not only what you say you want, but also what you secretly believe. You generate not only through your goals, but through your fears, your stories, and your unhealed places. You generate every time your mind and heart agree. And every time they unite in self-doubt or self-trust. This chapter invites you to stop pretending you're powerless and instead take radical responsibility. If my inner poles are always creating, what am I currently giving life to? And what do I actually want to bring into existence from now on? No mentor, no method, no miracle can answer that question for you. You must answer it yourself. That is the moment you step out of the role of victim and into the role of conscious creator. Your imagination is not a toy. Your emotions are not random. Together, they are the engine of your reality and a contribution to the reality we all share. When you choose to align your blueprint and your breath with love, integrity, and courage, you don't just change your own life. you quietly shift the field around you. Your family, your community, your corner of the world. Generation is happening either way. The only real choice is, will you generate from habit, fear, and old wounds? Or from awareness, responsibility, and a deeper truth about who you are? The answer is your creation, and it starts right now. Chapter 8. Attraction. The mind as a universal magnet. Like attracts like, imagine walking into a music streaming app. It doesn't randomly pick songs for you. It studies what you listen to most, what you skip, what you replay, and then serves you more of the same. Your life works in a similar way. At a deep level, what you repeatedly think, feel, and focus on becomes a kind of playlist your mind sends out into the universe. And the universe, which is far more responsive than any algorithm, returns experiences that match that playlist. This is the principle of attraction. Like draws, like you are a broadcasting station. You are not just a body moving through space. You are a broadcasting station of thoughts and emotions. Your thoughts are the signal. The images, stories, beliefs you project. Your emotions are the volume. They intensify and charge the signal. Together, they create a frequency. You've felt this before. You meet someone who hasn't said much, but something about them feels warm, safe, and open. You relax around them. You meet someone else who smiles, but something feels closed, tense, or defensive. You instinctively keep your guard up. What you're reading is their frequency, not just their words. The same is true for you. People, opportunities, and experiences are constantly reading your dominant vibration. You're not attracting with your social media posts or your spoken affirmations. You're attracting with the energy underneath them. Why words alone don't work. Many people hear about the law of attraction and think, I'll just repeat positive phrases, make a vision board, and everything will change. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If you say, I'm abundant, while your gut is clenched with fear about money, the fear is the real broadcast. If you say, I am loved, while constantly expecting rejection, the expectation is the real broadcast. If you say, I am calm, while feeding anxiety with catastrophic thoughts, the anxiety is the real broadcast. The universe is not fooled by words. It responds to coherence between what you think and what you feel. Attraction is not about pretending. It's about transforming. Attention is fuel. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. And what you energize grows. The more you obsess over a problem, the more you feed it emotionally, the bigger it feels and the more similar situations you notice. The more you genuinely appreciate small moments of goodness, the more your mind spots them, and the more life seems to send them. This is not about blaming you for every difficulty. Life contains real challenges that are not your fault, but attraction invites you to see something crucial. Even in hard seasons, you are never powerless over where you place your focus and how you interpret what happens. You can stare at the wall or you can look for the door. Either way, your mind will find what you train it to search for, becoming a match. Instead of a beggar, most people try to attract from the outside in. They act like beggars at the door of life. If I just ask hard enough, maybe I'll get a break. If I just visualize the specific amount of money, maybe it will appear. If I just keep wanting love, maybe it will finally arrive. But the principle of attraction doesn't say you get what you beg for. It says you get what you become. You don't attract trust while living in constant self-betrayal. You don't attract deep love while refusing to show your real self. You don't attract authentic abundance while living from there's never enough in your actions and daily choices. Instead of asking, how do I pull this in? try asking, what kind of person easily lives this reality? And how can I start being that person today, even in small ways? When you become a vibrational match to what you seek, attraction is no longer a trick. It's a natural consequence. The subtle role of gratitude. Gratitude is not a spiritual cliché. It is a practical magnetic tool. When you feel genuine gratitude, not forced, not faked, you are sending a clear signal. This is real for me now. I can see it. I can feel it. I recognize it. You can feel gratitude for what you already have, for progress you're making, for qualities growing in you, even for lessons inside painful experiences. Once you're ready, gratitude doesn't magically erase your problems, but it shifts your station from always missing, always lacking, always waiting to already supported, already growing, already on the way. From that frequency, you notice opportunities faster, trust them more easily, and show up with a different presence. Life reflects that presence back to you. Exercises. Training your magnetic field. Exercise. 1. The frequency journal for the next 7 days. Do this each night. Write down 3 dominant thoughts you had most often that day. Under each thought, write the main emotion attached to it: fear, hope, resentment, gratitude, shame, curiosity, etc. Ask, if this combination of thought plus emotion became a magnet, what would it likely attract more of into my life? Finally, write 1 upgraded thought you choose for tomorrow and the emotion you want to pair with it. You are learning to see your own vibration instead of guessing. Exercise. 2. The attention audit. Pick 1 area of life where you feel stuck: money, love, health, career. Take 10 minutes and honestly write, how much time do I spend thinking about what I don't want here? How much time do I spend imagining what I do want and feeling grateful for any small evidence of it? Draw 2 circles. Circle A, everything you cannot control, other people's choices, the past, market conditions, etc. Circle B, everything you can control, your habits, your attitude, your learning, your boundaries, your self-talk. Commit for 1 week to shift at least 70% of your attention into Circle B. Watch how your emotional state and your results begin to change. Exercise. 3. Be the version who already has it. Choose 1 desire: a healthy body, loving partnership, stable income, creative career. Close your eyes and imagine that this is already your normal life. Ask, how would I talk to myself if this were true? What daily decisions would I make? How would I treat my time, my body, my money, my relationships? Write down 3 behaviors that version of you practices regularly. Start living at least one of those behaviors now. Before any external change happens, you're teaching your nervous system to become the match, not just wish for the match. The principle of attraction is not just about getting what you want. At its heart, it is a mirror that shows you what you've been broadcasting all along. It asks you to grow up emotionally and spiritually, to admit that your mental and emotional habits have consequences, to recognize that your focus is never neutral. It is always feeding something, to see that you are not just walking through life, you are continuously sending out a signal that life responds to. This is not about blaming yourself for everything that has happened. Some events are the result of other people's choices, collective patterns, or circumstances you did not create. But even there, you still hold a powerful responsibility. What will I choose to think, feel, and become in response to this? What will I allow this moment to turn me into? That choice is yours, always. The educational message of this chapter is clear. If you don't like what keeps showing up, don't just yell at the screen. change the channel. If you keep reliving the same story, look at the beliefs and emotions that are writing it. If you long for a different life, start by becoming a different version of yourself on the inside. You are not a powerless receiver of random signals. You are a signal. The question is not, does attraction work? The question is, what have I been attracting by default? And am I finally ready to send something different? When you answer yes to that question and back it up with daily practice, something profound happens. The world around you may not change overnight, but you change. And as your frequency shifts, so does what can find you. You stop waiting for a miracle and start living as the kind of person a miracle can recognize. That is the real power of attraction, not magic, but responsibility, not superstition, but awareness, not fantasy, but a daily, courageous decision to tune your mind and heart to the life you're willing to build. The magnet has always been on. Now it's your turn to decide what it will be tuned to. Chapter 9. Unity, all is one. Dissolving the illusion of me versus the world. At some point in childhood, you realized you had a name, a body, and a story. From that moment, a subtle separation began. This is me. That is you. This is my stuff. That is the world out there. It's a useful perception for survival. You learned not to walk into walls, not to touch fire, not to confuse your hand with the table. But somewhere along the way, this practical distinction hardened into a belief. I am alone in here, and everything else is out there. From that belief flows almost all of humanity's fear. The fear of not belonging, the fear of loss, the fear of not being enough, the fear of each other. We built entire cultures on the idea that life is a competition of separate selves, that you must protect your peace, defend your identity, fight for your side. Yet beneath all these mental boundaries, something deeper has always been true. There is only one field of life, wearing billions of faces, the great network you already live in. Think of the internet. On your phone, you see a tiny screen, your apps, your messages. It feels very personal. But behind that one device is a vast, invisible web of cables, servers, satellites, and data. Your phone is not the internet. It's a doorway into it. You are like that phone. Your body, your story, your personality. They are your interface. But the consciousness looking through your eyes is plugged into something much larger. When you feel awe at a sunset, the same universe that painted the sky is staring back through your nervous system. When you feel empathy for a stranger, the same life that beats your heart recognizes itself in another shape. When you feel inspired, it's as if the field itself is sending you a memo. Here's a new way I can move through you. You are not a disconnected unit wandering a dead universe. You are a node in a living, intelligent network that includes everyone and everything. Separate costumes, one actor. Imagine a theater company. 1 week, the lead actor plays a king. The next week, that same actor plays a homeless wanderer. The costumes change. The script changes. The audience cries, laughs, judges, and takes sides. But behind the costumes, it's the same actor. Human life is like that. One costume, single mother in New York. Another costume, teenage boy in Brazil. Another, retired farmer in India. Another, scientist, street musician, child, prisoner, healer. Different faces, different stories, different histories, same life. If you could step back from your personal story for just a moment, you would see a shocking truth. The person you're angry with, jealous of, afraid of, or indifferent to is made of the same consciousness, walking a different path. You hurt them, you hurt yourself. You honor them, you honor yourself. There is no way around it. We are one organism pretending we are not. The body metaphor. One system, many cells. Your body is made up of trillions of cells. A heart cell looks nothing like a brain cell. A liver cell acts completely different from a skin cell. Each has its own function, its own identity, its own job, but none of them are separate from you. If the immune cells decide the lungs are the enemy, you get autoimmune disease. If one group of cells hogs all the resources, the body becomes sick. When one area is injured and begins to heal, the whole system pitches in. Now, imagine humanity like that. Every person is a cell in a single living body. Fear and hatred between groups is like an autoimmune attack. Generosity, real listening, and compassion are signs of a healthy system repairing itself. Seen this way, unity is not a pretty spiritual slogan. It is the only sane way for a single organism to survive. The pain of forgetting and the peace of remembering. The moment you believe you are completely separate, life becomes a constant fight. You compete for attention because love feels scarce. You cling to things and people because you think they're your only source. You look at strangers and mostly see threats, not mirrors. The result is loneliness. Even in a crowded room, even in a relationship, even with a big social media following, it's the quiet ache of feeling cut off from something you can't name. Unity does not erase your individuality. It puts it in context. You are both a unique, one-time, never-again expression of life, and an inseparable part of the very life that is expressing you. When you remember this, something softens, envy loosens, because someone else's success feels like our success. Hatred loses fuel, because attacking others feels like attacking your own hand. Fear of the future fades, because you see you are carried by the same intelligence that runs galaxies. You don't disappear, you finally fit. Unity in everyday moments. You don't have to meditate on a mountain to taste unity. It shows up in simple, human experiences. You're listening deeply to someone you love, and for a moment, you forget yourself. Time slows. You feel like you're sharing one heart. You stand at the ocean or under a starry sky and feel impossibly small and strangely vast at the same time. You help a stranger, and instead of feeling superior, you feel grateful. As if you both received something. You're immersed in music, art, or sport and lose track of me doing this. There's just doing, just flow. In these moments, the illusion of separation thins. You glimpse the field behind the forms. Unity is not a philosophy you memorize. It's a shift in how you feel the world. Exercises. Experiencing unity, and not just thinking it. Exercise. 1. The just like me practice for one day. Whenever you see someone, in traffic, at work, online, silently say, just like me, this person wants to be happy. Just like me, this person has been afraid, hurt, and confused. Just like me, this person is doing the best they can with what they know. Notice how this changes the way you look at them, especially the people who annoy you. And exercise 2, the shared breath. Once a day, pick a moment when you're in a public place. A cafe, bus, office, store. Pause for 60 seconds. Gently notice that everyone around you is breathing, just like you. Hearts beating, thoughts spinning, hopes and worries moving through them. Silently repeat, we are in this together, even if we don't know it. You're training your nervous system to feel with instead of against. Exercise. 3. Who benefits when I heal? Choose one pattern you're working on. Anger, self-sabotage, addiction, shutting down, etc. Write answers to these questions. When I heal this even a little, who around me benefits? How might my healing shift my family, my friends, my workplace, my community over time? If humanity is one body, what part of the body am I helping to heal by doing my inner work? Unity becomes real when you see your personal growth as a gift to the whole. The central message of this chapter is simple but radical. You are not separate from life. You are life, looking at itself through your eyes. Education, in the deepest sense, means to draw out. To pull out from hiding what has always been true. Unity does exactly that. It pulls you out of the small story of just me and places you back into the wider truth of all of us. This is not an invitation to bypass your responsibilities, feelings, or boundaries. It's an invitation to see them in a new light. When you choose kindness, you are not just being a good person. You are strengthening the health of the whole system. When you set a healthy boundary, you are not just protecting yourself. You are teaching the whole how to love in a cleaner way. When you heal a wound, you are not just fixing your past. You are clearing a pattern from the shared field we all live in. Unity is a call to wake up from the dream of isolation and take responsibility for your impact. So ask yourself, who becomes freer when I choose to live as if we are one? How does my anger, my love, my courage, my healing ripple beyond my own life? If every person is another version of me, how do I want to treat myself in all these different faces? No one can answer these questions for you. And that is the point. The illusion of separation will keep inviting you to blame, to judge, to close off. But the truth of unity quietly invites you to remember, you have never been alone. You have never been just one small person. You are a temporary shape of something infinite, here for a brief moment to learn, to love, to contribute. What you do with that realization, that's your responsibility, your freedom, and your gift to the rest of us. Chapter 10, Awakening. Remembering what you never stopped being. There are moments in life that feel like someone turned on a light in a room you didn't know you were sitting in. Maybe it's a heartbreak that cracks you open. Maybe it's holding a newborn and feeling time dissolve. Maybe it's a near miss on the highway, or a sudden loss, or a sunrise that stops you in your tracks. For a brief second, your usual story about yourself falls silent. The eye that's always analyzing, comparing, planning, defending, pauses. And in that pause, something else appears. A quiet presence, a deep okayness, a sense of I am that is not defined by your job, your relationship status, your past, or your future. That flicker is the beginning of awakening. Awakening is not becoming someone new. We're used to thinking in terms of improvement. I need to become stronger. I need to become more spiritual. I need to become more confident, more successful, more healed. But awakening is not self-improvement. It is self-remembrance. It's as if you've been wearing a mask for so long that you forgot it was a mask. You started to think the mask was your face. Awakening is not about creating a better mask. It's about realizing, oh, this was never actually me. The roles you play, parent, partner, worker, leader, friend, are real and important, but they are not the whole truth of you. They are ways life expresses through you for a time. Awakening is the quiet discovery that beneath all those roles, there is a part of you that is always here, unchanged. The same awareness that was present when you were 6 years old, present during your first heartbreak, present reading these words right now. Personalities change, beliefs change, circumstances change. That basic awareness does not. The voice in your head, the one who hears it. If you sit still and pay attention, you'll notice two things. There is a constant stream of thoughts. I shouldn't have said that. What will they think of me? I have to figure this out. I'm not good enough. I'm better than them, I'm failing, I'm winning. There is also an awareness that notices those thoughts. You can watch your own mind like you watch a movie. You can see a thought arise, peak, and fade. You can see an emotion swell and then pass. This simple observation is the heart of awakening. If you can watch your thoughts and emotions, then you are not only your thoughts and emotions, you are the space they appear in. This doesn't make your human experience less important. On the contrary, it makes it possible to live it with more compassion and less panic. Because now, when anger arises, anger is here. Not I am anger. When fear shows up, fear is passing through this body. Not I am fear. The waves are real, but you are the ocean beneath them. How pain becomes a doorway. If awakening were only about blissful moments on a meditation cushion, most of us would never awaken. Life uses a more direct teacher. Pain. The job you thought defined you disappears. The relationship you built your identity on ends. The plan you were attached to collapses. The habits you used to numb yourself stop working. These moments hurt. They strip away illusions. They confront you with questions you've been avoiding. Who am I if I'm not this role, this relationship, this success, this story? What is left when what I clung to is gone? At first, the answer feels like nothing, emptiness, free fall. But if you stay present, if you lean in instead of numbing out, something else begins to reveal itself beneath the wreckage, a deeper, quieter sense of self that is not destroyed by loss. Your heart can break, and something in you is still here, witnessing the break. Your identity can dissolve, and something in you is still here, aware of the dissolution. Pain did not come to destroy you. It came to point beyond who you thought you were. Awakening in everyday life. You don't need a mystical vision to awaken. The doorway is always where you are. Washing dishes, you suddenly feel your hands, the water, the sound. For a moment, your mind stops racing, and there is just presence. Stuck in traffic, instead of spiraling into rage, you notice your breath, your body, the sky. Frustration is still there, but something bigger is also there, holding it, arguing with someone. A flash of awareness appears. We're both scared right now, and your chest softens. You are no longer fully possessed by the argument. Awakening doesn't necessarily change what is happening. It changes who you think you are as it happens. From the sleep state, I am my reactions. I am my story. From the awakening state, I am the one who can see my reactions and question my story. That shift is enormous. The spiritual ego trap. Ironically, the closer you get to awakening, the more a new trap can appear. The spiritual ego, it says, I'm more conscious than these people. I'm awakened. They are asleep. I'm above normal human problems now. The moment you start using awakening to feel superior, you've slipped back into the dream. Just with nicer language. Real awakening makes you softer, not harsher, more humble, not more arrogant, more available to serve, not more obsessed with your own progress. Why? Because as you identify more with the awareness behind all forms, you see yourself in everyone. You recognize that the same consciousness, learning through you, is learning through them. At a different stage, in a different way. There's nothing to brag about. There's just gratitude. Exercises. Practicing awakening in real time. Exercise. 1. The 3-minute watcher. Once or twice a day. Set a timer for 3 minutes. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes if you like. Simply watch your thoughts come and go without trying to change them. Every now and then, silently note. Thinking. thinking, or feeling. Ask yourself gently, who is noticing this? You're strengthening the muscle of being the observer instead of the automatic reactor. Exercise 2, from I am to I notice. Next time a strong emotion hits, jealousy, anger, fear, shame, pause for a few seconds if you can. Instead of saying, I am angry, try, anger is here. Instead of, I am terrified, try, fear is passing through me right now. Feel the emotion fully in your body. The tightness, heat, pressure. While knowing there is also a part of you just watching. This simple language shift slowly rewires your identity from I am the storm to I am the sky that holds the storm. Exercise 3. The who am I without this? Inquiry. Choose one thing you're very identified with right now. A role, a belief, a habit, an achievement. On paper, write, who would I be if this role, title, status disappeared tomorrow? What qualities in me would still remain? Kindness, creativity, courage, curiosity, compassion, resilience, etc. What scares me most about losing this identity? And what might be secretly liberating about it? You're training yourself to recognize the deeper you that exists beyond any single label. The heart of this chapter is not you should be more spiritual. It is this: you are more than you think you are. And it is your responsibility to discover that for yourself. Awakening is not reserved for monks, gurus, or saints. It is available in kitchens, office cubicles, in hospitals, classrooms, traffic jams, and quiet bedrooms at 2 a.m. It meets you in the exact life you're living right now. The educational, awakening message is clear. You can keep living on autopilot, fully identified with your story, your wounds, your roles. Always reacting, always defending, always chasing. Or you can begin to notice the one who is aware of all of that. And gradually let that deeper awareness guide your choices. No book, teacher, or tradition can complete this process for you. They can point, they can support, they can inspire, but the moment of truth is always internal. Will you pause when you're triggered and choose awareness over automatic reaction? Will you sit with your pain long enough to hear what it's trying to teach, instead of running from it again? Will you question the stories that keep you small, or keep clinging to them because they feel familiar? Awakening does not promise a life without challenges. It offers something even more powerful, a way to meet those challenges as who you really are, not as the frightened character you accidentally mistook yourself for. So take a breath right now. Feel the simple fact that you exist in this moment. Thoughts, emotions, roles, problems, all moving. And behind them, an awareness that is just here. Ask yourself, what would change in my life if I lived from this awareness a little more each day? How would my relationships shift? My choices, my priorities? What am I afraid will happen if I stop clinging so tightly to who I think I am? These are not questions to rush through. They are doorways, and only you can walk through them. The journey of awakening is not about becoming someone else. It's about having the courage to stop pretending, to stop shrinking, performing, defending. And remember, you are the consciousness behind the story. You are the light behind the mask. You are not a lost fragment trying to reach the source. You are the source, temporarily playing the game of being human. What you do with that realization is not a theory. It's a choice. And that choice, moment by moment, is how you write the rest of your life.